Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Sean Diddy Combs, the plot has just thickened and people are starting to wonder, has Donald Trump played the dog mess out of you, or is there something bigger going on? If you guys don't know, there's been much ado about this presidential pardon, okay? It was even written up in the Rolling Stones that money has been exchanged between Diddy's camp and Trump's camp in order to get the presidential pardon in front of Trump. Now, it does say in the article that the money didn't directly go to Trump. He's been paying people close to Trump for that pardon. Trump did say a while back, hey, you know what? I might, if he's treated unfairly. The whole collective country said no. Oh, especially around the time that this just saying Maxwell mess is going on. Which, by the way, Trump just moved to St. Maxwell from a Florida prison
and
to
no
a
longer
Texas
has a voice who will
prison.
pursue justice
Now,
for her
some
accusation.
of y'all might be like, oh, what's the
As
big
of the
deal?
Aiken against
The
Diddy,
prison she got
no
moved
expansion
to
of
was
the
called
investigation,
Club Fed.
no
It's a
isolation
minimum
orders,
security,
no equipment
very luxe,
access,
very
no
wealthy
suspension of
prison
attorney
that only
communication.
the very rich and white collar go. It's a very easy, I mean, it's a prison, but people are saying it looks like it's a favor that she was even transferred to a better prison. But forget all that. Let's get back on Diddy. Okay, now everybody has been talking about the pardon, the pardon, the pardon. I heard back in December and I reported about it, about this pardon. I reported about it in January and February. People said it was crazy. Now, it has hit mainstream media. However, there is a new theory being floated that if you're MAGA, it should make you very happy. And if you just want to see Diddy go to jail, should make you very happy. Okay, listen to this. The witnesses have been writing letters, okay? Not just to Trump, okay? But to the prosecutor, to everyone, the people involved. Nobody actually wants Diddy out, okay? People are saying that Diddy may be Trump may be setting Diddy up to take the fall and to take eyes off of what's going on with Justine Maxwell. Now, when I first heard this theory, I was like, I don't know. This seems far-fetched, but there is a new article that just came out with Mark Agnello. It is in Variety.com, okay? And the article is tired. Says, did his lawyer on a Trump pardon why Sean Combs should be freed from jail, and his beautiful prison essays saying he hasn't been outside since September. Maybe Bram Stoker's Dracula hasn't been outside in over 3,000 decades. Who cares? Shut up anyway. But listen to something interesting that he had to say that I really do think that we should touch on, okay? They asked him, how likely is it? They said, how likely is a pardon from Donald Trump? Have you been in communication with the administration? This is what Mark Agnello said. Listen, I'm not involved in that in the least. I have literally no idea. There are times I think there's nothing to it, and there are times I think it's just rumor mill stuff, but I do not purport to know the president's mind. I really don't know. I said, wait, what? You don't know whether your client is seeking a presidential pardon? You're not involved in that. All of a sudden, your name is Bennett, I'm not in it, and you're going online with Variety magazine to actually say that sometimes you think there's nothing to it. Other times you think it's rumor roll stuff, but you don't know what's in the president's mind. How is that possible when this stuff is coming? People are saying it's coming from your team. Get this. So seeking a pardon is not an official part of the official strategy. Again, even they were shocked. He said, no, my business is very focused on the case alone and the merit of the case and what happened in the courtroom. I don't do anything else. You guys listen, here's the one thing. It's very, very odd that now Mark Agnello is saying he's not involved in the pardon at all, but he's the head of Diddy's legal team. And if you are in the midst of a presidential pardon, you don't do that over text message or Facebook or WhatsApp. WhatsApp via your laptop or desktop like Diddy might be doing. You need your lawyers
present,
involved.
and no
get
longer
this,
has a
they
voice
went
who
on
will
to
pursue
say,
justice
2
for her
weeks after
accusation.
the Diddy verdict, lead
As of the indictment
prosecutor
against Diddy,
Maureen Comey
no
was
expansion
fired
of
by
the
the Justice
investigation,
Department
no
without
isolation orders,
explanation.
no
How do you
equipment
react
access,
to that? And
no
have you
suspension of
spoken
attorney
to her? She
communication.
said, I haven't spoken to Maureen. It made me sad. I like her. I think Maureen is a very good lawyer. She was my adversary in the case, obviously, but we had a lot of respect for each other. We're happy to have met each other. I knew her father, James, called me very well. It was sad because she wants to be a career prosecutor, and the fact that she's not going to be permitted to do that because of things I think have nothing to do with her. It's very unfortunate. And then they said, do you think her dismissal was related to the Diddy case? He said, I don't. Listen, I have no idea, but I don't think so. Okay, so what is the takeaway from that? Well, let me take you to one of the theories that was floated to me by someone that usually has really good insight. Okay, let's go to Patra Trapp, the writer. Okay, she had a very, very good theory. She said, listen, Tissa, I don't think people realize that not only are people writing letters to the judge, they're also flooding Donald Trump with letters. Now listen, I heard this from a few different people outside of Patra, but I think Patra really summarizes everything really, really well, okay? So listen to this. People are writing letters to the judge, the victim, saying, please, please, please don't let him out. But they're also flooding Donald Trump with letters. Now he's only reading letters from his supporters. With all of these pending cases, he's not only reading letters from his supporters, he's reading letters from the victims of all of these pending cases. He would be a minister to society if he gets free. We're speaking about Diddy. Diddy would be a minister to society if he ever got free. MAGA doesn't want any more drama after this Epstein drama is over. Diddy is done, and MAGA is very unhappy with Donald Trump being associated with these SMMX crimes. Pardoning Diddy will be an admission in some people's eyes of being associated with SMMX crimes and then turning a blind eye. Sending Diddy to jail for a long time is Donald's saving grace with MAGA, and not just MAGA, but with a lot of people. If he straight out denies Diddy a pardon, he will win the trust back from MAGA. Now Trump has his new guy on the inside, sharing with him what the public did not hear or see. Again, let's not forget that I said a lot of times there were arguments that happened off the record that the jury did not hear. And if you were in the courthouse, if you weren't in the main courtroom, you weren't privy to that. Literally showed that the prosecution he's a danger. But get this right. So Trump has a new guy on the inside sharing with them that the posse, what the public did not see or hear. They said one man is not bigger than the bigger plan. Now, okay, now this could all be rumblings, but let's just put it together. And what has happened in less than 20. The head of Diddy's legal team says he has nothing to do with the pardon. He feels sorry Maureen Comey got fired, and he doesn't know what they're talking about with this presidential pardon. It might just be rumor mill, and he has no idea what's in the president's. But it's your job to make sure that the pardon goes well. Okay, we have all of a sudden rumors that money has exchanged hands between Diddy's camp. Not even rumors. It's been printing in the Rolling Stone. Change hands between Diddy's camp and people in the Trump camp. However, interestingly enough, it was never confirmed that the money
and no longer
actually
has a
went
voice
to Trump,
who will pursue
and
justice for her
you have people saying
accusation.
that right now Trump
As of the
cannot
indictment
literally
against
be
Diddy,
associated
no
with
expansion
Diddy,
of the
and a lot of
investigation,
things for
no
him
isolation
if
orders,
Diddy was to
no
go
equipment
down.
access,
So what do
no
people
suspension
think
of
that's
attorney
happened?
communication.
Maybe this is the old Trump bait and switch. Trump has not signed anything. He said he'd be open to it, but what if he plans to use Diddy as a sacred to win back his base and to change the subject? People said that Diddy being freed would change the subject. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. But you know what would? Diddy being sent to a sentenced to a long, long jail time. And as far as that money did exchange hands, I mean, I don't know. It's like Diddy might have given money to people that are in Trump's camp, but that money just might have gone straight to their bank account for consultations for this, for that. Meaning they could be playing Diddy and getting the money from Diddy, and Trump still isn't hearing what they want to hear. Now again, it is just as likely that Diddy will be pardoned by Trump. Nobody really knows. But the fact that now Diddy's lead attorney, who would be in charge of not negotiations, but in charge of the legal aspect, preparing for a pardon, yeah, it makes you think what is going on. And did Donald Trump play, or did Diddy play himself by thinking that he wouldn't be held accountable for his actions? Listen, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. This story is developing. You know I'm gonna stay on it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. I'm gonna try to go live, but if not, hit that like button. Show your girls some love. All right, talk to you all soon.